The most people graffiti is just like vandalism or writing on the wall, but what people don't seem to understand is that there's a whole lot more to it. It's almost like an underground culture. It's almost like a way of life.
German fat cap. New York thin tip. German thin tip. LA fat cap. New York fat cap.
Well, it's a senseless crime, really. I mean, it's basically graffiti is damaging other people's property so they can't enjoy it. You know, it's a gutless sort of crime because, you know, people who do it in their groups and do it when nobody else is around type of thing. So it's just a distracting type of crime, and it's a nuisance as well.
If you take a good piece of graffiti art and you were to scale it down, put it on a canvas, hang it in an art museum, people would say that's art. So, I mean, just because it's out there on the streets, just because it's illegal, doesn't mean it's not art. It's somebody expressing themselves.
Graffiti is a form of artwork that flourishes in urban settings. And as long as we continue to have these bleak urban centers, graffiti is going to spring up as a way of protesting against the bombardment that we have in the urban setting. Graffiti will exist, I think, as long as there are cities. And I think graffiti goes back to any kind of large city environment, as I said, with Berlin or with the Roman cities, where people are expressing their concern about what's going on around them. We have huge blank walls, very ugly architecture in cities that seem to be made more colorful, and they seem to make the environment more humanistic. The urban setting is very sterile and cold, and yet graffiti art is warm. It connects with you immediately. So I think, yes, graffiti art is going to expand as long as cities are existing, which looks like the way the future is going for us. And I think that the walls are going to continue to be covered with graffiti.
People are riding subway trains every day. People are riding the GO trains every day. What do? They just sit there, bury their face in the paper, stare out the window blankly at nature. I mean, this gives them something to see. This gives them something to do. It's almost like going through an art gallery, but it's all free.
It's a victimless crime. Like, maybe at the time nobody physically gets hurt, but feelings could get hurt because a lot of graffiti could be of a political or religious nature, and that could offend some people.
Christianity was something that was bad. It was negative. It was they were being repressed. It was illegal to be a Christian, and they developed a series of catacombs under the cities of Rome, and they would escape down in there. Now, they would do work on the walls, direct, quick, had to be done at night under very low lighting conditions, and often it was a form of rebellion against what was going on around them, and it was also a form of communication and expression towards each other. They would leave each other messages in the work that they would do.
I myself haven't tried to make any big statements past, like, the actual concept of getting out there and doing it. Like, I've thought of that, but I don't want to come off as, you know, like the painting of, like, the birds, like, in front of the city, or, like, in the toxic wasteland saying why and blah, blah, blah. Like, anything cheesy like that, because everyone, it's just cheesy. Like, it's whack. No one wants to see that. It's been done. But I think the actual painting it is a statement enough in itself.
Mischief is section 430 of the Criminal Code. And basically it states everyone commits mischief who willfully A, destroys or damages property, B, renders property dangerous, useless, inoperative, or ineffective, and C, obstructs, interrupts, or interferes with the lawful use, enjoyment, or operation of property, or D, obstructs, interrupts, or interferes with any person in the lawful use, enjoyment, or operation of property. We catch the majority of them. because people rat or squeal or talk about it, because the majority of our offenders are teenagers. The penalties when they go through the court system could be anywhere from 1 day less 2 years for a summary conviction, okay, and that would be probably, if there's such a term as your lightest sentence under the graffiti section. Then you're looking at possibly 5 years for something more serious, and then you're looking at a possible 10-year term in jail.
I'd like to see him give me back my $1,000 that I figure I lost that day in business, that's all. I think it's a prank, and I understand. I mean, I've got a college degree and a university degree, or college diploma and university degree as well. I've done pranks in the past too, but nothing that impacts somebody financially.
Graffiti art, by definition, is illegal. It's something that happens that's not commissioned, and that's why it relates back to, say, the early Christians or to the people in the Berlin Wall. It's a form of personal expression.
Outside of being cheesed off, I probably would have given the guy $20 to put my name up there in huge letters.
Sometimes I don't think we realize how bombarded we are with images in our world that really should be illegal. We're bombarded with images by advertising. Some things are very wrong. You're being manipulated by advertising images all around you. Huge billboards everywhere you look in an urban setting. Window displays, magazine covers, newspaper covers, things that force you to do things that you don't want to do. And I see graffiti art as a way of expressing against this, being forced to buy or act in a certain way that advertising is forcing us to do.
The big logo for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is in the graffiti style, but it looks like crap. Like, it's not very good. It's some graphics designer in an office. Yeah, we'll do it like graffiti style because it's the Fresh Prince and he's from Philadelphia. And so really the best part of it will probably get lost in its transformation over to the mainstream.
The pieces that we have shown here are very colorful. They show creativity, they show imagination, they're very expressive, they show control over the materials that he was using, his spray gun and his colors. Then you see graffiti art that's really just somebody writing on a wall, and that is vandalism at that point. This part has elevated beyond vandalism into something that is actually an expressive art form. So I think that there's a way that you can judge graffiti art, and some graffiti art is more expressive, certainly higher quality than somebody who's just deliberately vandalizing things.
It's hard to say where it is an art form for a lot of people, because anybody can say, yeah, I'm doing this for the art's sake, but someone else can say, like someone else who at least understands it can say, no, he's no good, he's just a vandal.
Us as police officers, or the law enforcement aspect of law, look upon graffiti basically as mischief to property or property damage. So when we do catch people doing graffiti to private property, they are arrested for mischief or damage to property.
Make a small story short, it costs me time to go out and paint it. Anything that happens in my building, my portion of the building, I am responsible for. It took me about an hour of my time. I'm an individual store owner. Nobody's here to watch my store. As a result, I miss phone calls. I lost money. The artwork itself, not bad.